Jack has a room full of folks in another state. This is California. And he hands them a list to call. He says, California's politics affects us all. Yeah, what gave you the cowardly Hussein? Attack from the outside, then the cowardly Hussein attacked from the inside. With California politics, I think they might have something to do with the you're impeached guy. But call up all of these politicians with the campaigns on commercials, and you ask, what do you know about John Melton Brady asking for a 9/11 Flight 93 check for a decade and not getting one? No certified mail about those 93 checks, no nothing. What do you know about this? When else will my phone not be allowed to work because what you're doing? California. They don't know. They're either involved or they're incompetent. You get that on video with your speakerphone. See a helicopter? Semper Fi. 9/11 Flight 93 checking posting 5. Aim high, fly far, win. This we will defend America. Those who've been hijacking your calls to me, John Melton Brady, for a decade. Without that being newsworthy. Ask and answer Jesus as a question as they conduct harassment techniques with a man in a wheelchair, because I have been asking for a 9/11 Flight 93 checks for a decade. Make that video, post that video, whatever boring thing you get, they're worried enough about to all your phone records covered up. So you make that video, you post that video, check in, post in 5, you come see me, John Melton Brady in person. Have wit, will travel somewhere the perfect place to build Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. And yes, certified mail. When I get a new address, I'll tell you all about it. Come tell me. Weird. It's the perfect place to build Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. See a helicopter, check and post about it. Vote-truth.blogspot.com. Don't forget the www up front. Another site other than my recently formed one that can, a blogspot that can take you to where you can print out these things as 4x6 photos, hand them out at church, at work, at school, where you live, and tell everyone John Melton Brady, me, has been asking for a 9/11 Flight 93 check of America's lifelines for a decade. He has yet to get one. Make that video, whatever you get when you don't get me, post it. We the people must be the reporters. That's over a decade I've easily checked. You can certify mail to me, FedEx, UPS, any private carrier. Over a decade of that. Make that video, post that video, print these out, laminate if you want, you don't have to, and come see me in person. Tell me what you think of our hijacked lifelines. Jesus' question. Is Barack Hussein Obama a terrorist? Ask and answer. Me in gold here, my wheelchair. Been attacked with loosened screws twice. Just got him back before my insulin poisoning attack. And Dignity Health and LA firefighters, paramedics taking an active part in that. Don't come to California as a tourist until governor to LA City Fire Department paramedics, all in California, can answer the question, what do you know about John Melton Brady asking for a 9/11 Flight 93 check for a decade, not getting one? Same is true of Dignity Health's active participation. They got their 5. Download, print out, tell everyone. Check and post in 5. In front of the terrorist. In the way of the man telling the world about 9/11 Flight 93 check. See a vapor trail? 9/11 Flight 93 check and post in 5. You trying to call me? I'm Melton, John Melton Brady. I haven't got a 9/11 Flight 93 check that you reaching me with, and knowing that your phone works all the time. I haven't gotten one call in over a decade of asking. Be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, the side of children and truth. And yes, before you send your children to a Dignity Health doctor, you need this answer. What do you know about John Melton Brady asking for 93 checks for over a decade and not getting one? And your incredibly bad treatment in his hospital, same for the LA Fire Department before you send your tourists out here. Wouldn't take me to decent medical treatment because of that 10 years. I'm the man in the shadows with a lot of truth. John Melton Brady. Stone Cold Melton, son of a carpenter Mary. Dad, a carpenter, works on skyscrapers. Mom, Marianne, I've been telling you to try to call me for the check of your lifeline. Can't reach me right now. You have no idea when else your phone won't be allowed to work. And the evil folks conducting that unnewsworthy, it's very documentable, but unnewsworthy censorship are the reason I have insulin poison right now, and I'm also being harassed at an all-time high from Spectrum next door and that Mormon Muslim apartment down below. At least that's what it is lately. If you got a good place, I Google I Google the number of places there are in California, guys, to help a man in a wheelchair, a handicapped man in this situation, if nothing else, being harassed by a neighbor. To find a better place to live, I've been living here a year and a half. I have what I'm told is portability with the subsidized housing I shouldn't need because I'm a rapid car that's having my livelihood gauged. I should be making lots of money with this stuff. I can move. And if you're from another state, another place, realize that when I Google, that's the same. I'm not going to get any organization that will be able to do that, help me move. In the same way, you're not going to get me when you try to call me, 424-229-4140. A simple concept that the devil coordinating all this harassment technique and hijacking your call to me right now. Try it, 424-229-4140. Make that video, post that video, and yeah, hand out these Mormons Beware photos to everyone. Next time they knock on your door, hand it to them or just plain say the text. Send a message. We're documenting a character left and right. The Military Pitbull Project. Good Americans are just documenting the character. We don't like you. Case in our neighborhoods when we're working. Kids walking around in the yard, we don't know what you're doing. We don't like you preying on our elderly neighbors. We don't like your connections within the government that says, oh, they're just Mormons, don't mind that, when all of America knows better. Make that video of America's Hijack Lifelines, hand these things out left and right, hand the fives out. We don't like those Mormons with their Muslim brothers. And we want change. And realize, guys, if you can move me, come see me in person, because you're going to see the most number of impersonators and disinformation of one man ever assembled. Oh, at least in modern times. Come see me, the man in the Immaculate Apartment, 409, looking to move to a decent place. Come see me in person. Make that video a lot of truth. You trying to call me in front of the Mormons saying, how does your church read this now to taunt them about building Jesus' immaculate house? What is your very active part with those Muslims that are in your state on your college campuses? What do you know about this? When else will my family's life I not be allowed to work because of what you're an active part in? Certify that mail, and that, as you can see, is a nice GIMP image. A template that, if I can find it, why won't you scroll? There we go. New address right there. Come see me in person. Yeah, put your website defending America from Mormons and others right there. And remember checking post and 5 in front of them. What do you know about this? We don't trust you. You remind us too much of a much larger Jim Jones group. Check and post and 5, come see me in person if you know how to move a handicap. You know how many different agencies and groups there are out in California that do just that? Come see me. Man showers with a lot of truth. Show me a decent place to live. And let's get started. Building those 1,000 points of light. Tear down the great wall of evil. That's just me and all this imagery. And let's get started on those 1,000 points of light. Put yourself right there. Put your family, your city, right there. Let's get started building a better world. Checking posts in 5. And oh yeah, you see this white part up here? I've got 25,000 images. All I have to put in that white part, it's a 4x6 photo, but the point is I can put a frame for it. I can put the new address, ignore the image address right there, in all these images, and oh well, I bet it within a month. I've got them all updated that way, waiting on that, me going into the GIMP, but that should have formed from the older ones, and putting a new address. Come see me. Let's get started building a better world, and document the devil casing your neighborhoods and preying on your elderly left and right. I had to close my window. The devil, sometimes I refer to them as Lori or the devil or the Chinese. They don't like my new image of truth about the Mormons. I'm forming it. I'll get back to it as soon as I get some food. I'm dealing with some insulin poisoning right now. But the devil also doesn't like the truth about those who attacked us from the outside, then attacked us from the inside. First with 9/11, then with that cowardly Hussein they placed in the White House, aside from those cowardly Husseins attacked us with 9/11. You're going to get more truth from Mel. Son of Carpenter, Dad Carpenter worked on skyscrapers, Mom Marianne. Son of Carpenter Mary, it's my job to give you truth. See a military plane? 9/11 Flight 93, check-in post in 5. You're trying to call me, John Melton Brady. You want to know why America's lifelines are being hijacked? When you do. And when else? Your phone won't be allowed to work with unnewsworthy censorship. And yeah, Mormons, Latter-day Saints, Utah, LDS. Proud of that title. An active part in that. Make a video right now for the military base. Call up any Father of the Faith temple. And via speakerphone, try to call me. And say, you want to know when your wife, your girlfriend, your mom's, your daughter's phone is not going to be allowed to work, and what's your part in that? Make that video of military bases. Phones not working today. It usually shows up. There we go. 424-229-4140. As long as I've gone over the minute, might as well put in those big 5. Semper Fi, aim high, fly 5, win. Well, I have to keep it to a minute to. There's where you can find the big 5s. Also vote truth. Put your own website, Defending America here. It's a Military Pitbull Project. Image. Check-in post in 5. With every Mormon when they are casing your neighborhoods when you're not home. And let's see. Casing the neighborhoods where you're all hard working or hard working defending America, huh? Aim high, fly 5, win. This we will defend. Semper Fidelis, Semper Paratus, honor, courage, commitment. These are all prepared as 4x6 photos. 2 to a 4x6 print. What, 15 cents give or take a little bit. Hand them out at church, at work, at school, at that military base, at that police station, at that fire station, where you go to school, where you live. Make that video, post that video. And yeah, I'm working through a bad case of insulin poisoning. Those who have watched me ask for a
9/11 Flight 93 checks for a decade now and not get one. Very easily documented, they're worried enough about to alter phone records covered up. They prescribed me insulin, and the doc, I hesitate to say that, said it works slowly. Means most of the year I've been taking that Traceba, and then it hit me like a ton of bricks, and the Dignity Health folks, why they're in these in front of covered up that insulin poisoning and took part. Well, as the LA Fire Department, disgracing a noble profession, took part in that decade of your phone not working, you not knowing when it won't be allowed to work. We have to take America back from those who attacked us with all those cowardly Husseins and attacked us with that cowardly Hussein in the White House. And now have the buffoon Russian guy, the Trump guy. Check it, post 5, come see me in person, have wit, will travel, someone's perfect place to build. Jesus is immaculate house. Here on earth, best people to start building with. Helicopter? Police helicopter out there. 9/11 Flight 93 check. I'm John Milton Brady Melton. I've been asking for a 9/11 Flight 93 check for over a decade. That's you picking up your phone and knowing it works all the time. By trying to call me. Make a video that those hijacking your calls to me are worried enough about to alter phone records covered up. You got the timestamp on your phone, you got the number dialed. All cops of police stations all across America, all firemen of fire stations all across America, all soldiers of the military bases phone, of course of each other's phone. Make that video, whatever you get when you don't get John Milton Brady. You can certify mail if you want. Haven't got any mail, FedEx, UPS, any private carriers in that decade of asking for that first 9/11 Flight 93 check. But make that video, it takes 5 minutes. Make the video, whatever you get when you don't get me, post. Jennifer has just had a vision of Jesus. And he told her to witness the devil. Dial 424-229-4140. That's me. I've been asking for a 9/11 Flight 93 check for over a decade. I have yet to get one. I'm John Milton Brady. There's my contact, the Big 5, telling you how to check and post a 5. Giving you my address as well. Certified mail, not one bit of certified mail about those 93 checks in a decade of asking. And the Jennifer does what Jesus says. He says, witness the devil, praying upon your neighbors as well. You must get the word out about them. 424-229-4140. Whatever important thing you get when you don't get me, not going to be born, need firemen, police, paramedics. Hussein must be in town. Part of his pact with the devil. Has to meet him up there in Hollywood every once in a while. And the devil turns the sky red. For the meeting. Oh, it's my fun stuff. Check and post in 5, 424-229-4140. Make a video of America's hijacked lifeline. That you tried to call me, not one 9/11 Flight 93 check in a decade of asking. Ask and answer Jesus' question. Is Barack Hussein Obama a terrorist? It's political satire until you pick up your family's lifeline and see what many have seen over the past decade. It's not zooming or unzooming, but you get the point. Ask and answer. See a vapor trail? Be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, beside the children. And THRU. Make a video of America's hijacked lifeline. See that phone you're making a video of. As every child in America's lifeline to the firemen, the police, and paramedics. And make a video of it. Not working. As you try to call me. Not one 9/11 Flight 93 check in a decade of asking. Defend America from those who are hijacking our lifelines. You got the timestamp on your phone. You got the number dialed. Those who are hijacking your calls to me and have been for the past decade,
are worried enough about to alter phone records covered up. 911 Flight 93, check and post in 5. Be on the right side. Blimp. 911 Flight 93, check and post in 5. I'm John Milton Brady. I've been asking for 911 Flight 93 checks for over a decade. I've yet to get one. Make that video, post that video, whatever you get when you don't get me. Those hijacking calls to me for over a decade now are worried enough about to alter phone records covered up. And they're worried, pathetic in how worried they are. I got insulin poisoning because of that. But my wheelchair has been broken twice, my motorized wheelchair. Devil's people walking among us. Oh, the new 5's part of that insulin poisoning. I'm Melton, man in the shadows with a lot of truth. Who wants some truth? I've been asking for 911 Flight 93 check for a decade. I have yet to get one. Make a video right now of your family's lifeline not being allowed to work and you not knowing when else it won't be allowed to work. You got the timestamp on your phone. You got the number dialed. Those hijacking call to me are worried enough about that to alter phone records to cover it up. I have proof of Trump and Hussein's phone game. Make a video of your hijacked call to me right now. It's Sunday. All priests, that's your church's lifelines out there. Make that video, post that video, all firefighters, all policemen, all soldiers. Semper Fi, aim high, fly, fight, win. This we will defend America from those devils who attacked us from the outside and then the inside. Remember to 911 Flight 93 check and post in 5, one of that UPS representative being credibly insensitive to the handicap and part of those who are actively taunting me in a wheelchair, trying to get my stuff I paid good money for. (424-229-4140). Make that video, whatever you get when you don't get me, and ask UPS, what do you know about this? They can BS you left and right about, oh, that red box means FedEx delivers earlier than these guys. Check and post in 5. Helicopter, do a military pit bull. 911 Flight 93 check. I'm John Milton Bridge. I've been asking for 911 Flight 93 checks. That's you calling me and knowing you and your family's lifeline is allowed to work all the time. I've been asking for a decade. Over a decade. I've yet to get one. Ask and answer Jesus' question. I've already got my answer with that decade. Ask and answer Jesus' question. Is Barack Hussein Obama a terrorist? With your call. You can put in Trump if you want. I'm not a fan of the a Russian guy in our White House currently, but he's a buffoon. Comic relief after they attacked us from the outside with cowardly Husseins. A whole lot of 9/11 cowardly Husseins that attacked us from the inside with that cowardly Hussein in our White House. Oh, there's a helicopter. See a helicopter? Check and post in 5, 424-229-4140. Make a video of America's hijacked lifelines. I'm John Milton Brady, experiencing folks erasing the high-tech toys right in front of me to taunt on this phone, erasing what I did on my Flickr, which was take snapshots of all my recent. A lot more than that. And also a documentary of a man from CBS, supposedly, taunting a man in pain in a wheelchair about his sleep medicine, his pain medicine. Erased it right in front of me.
Check and post in 5, 424-229-4140. Make a video of America's Hijack Lifelines. Post. Every time you see a helicopter. Hear that plane flying overhead? Let it be a reminder to 911 Flight 93. Check and post in 5. I'm John Melton Brady. I've been asking America to check their lifelines for over a decade. Oh, there you are. I think it's a helicopter. For over a decade. That's you picking up your family's lifeline and knowing it works all the time by talking to me, reaching me by phone, 424-229-4140. Make that video of America's Hijack Lifelines, and yes, that's where it's certified mail to. Not one bit of certified mail or FedEx, UPS, anything. And that decade of asking, make that video and ask, Laurie and Brady Bond the Devil, my sister. And Samuel Lynn Bond and his brother Cheryl Bond and Moo out here. What do you know about that? See a helicopter? 911 Flight 93. Check and post in 5. Be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, the helicopters. The side of children and truth. I've been asking for a 911 Flight 93 check. That's you calling me with your lifeline and knowing it's allowed to work all the time for a decade. I've yet to get one. Make that video of America's Hijack Lifelines, post it. Those hijacking your calls to me are word enough about it to alter phone records to cover it up. I'm John Melton Brady, Melton. Certify your mail. Use FedEx, use UPS, no certified mail in that decade. About those 93 checks about any of my intents in getting stuff. Check and post in 5. Be on the right side. Make that video of America's Hijack Lifelines and post it. Your helicopter, check and post in 5, 424-229-4140. Be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, the side of children and truth. Make a video of those desperate folks. Gave me insulin poisoning and are now going after gold. My wheelchair yet again. Make that video, post that video. Whatever you get when you don't get me. 424-229-4140. Certify your mail as well. Not 1911 Flight 93 checking a decade of asking. No certified mail, no non-certified mail. No FedEx, no UPS. About those 93 checks, any of my chance of getting stuff. Those hijacking your calls to me are word enough about to alter phone records to cover it up, among other things. Make a video. Oh, here I see a military jet flying overhead. Check your post in 5, 424-229-4140. Make that video of America's Hijack Lifelines, 424-229-4140. All soldiers to protect America, make that video of America's Hijack Lifelines. Check and post in 5 for Mary's children of 9/11. Let's see if I can find them. Find the image. There you are. Make that video, post that video. You protect America from the threat from within that has been hijacking your calls to me for over a decade with that not being news. Make that video, post that video. Come see me in person. 424-229-4140. You want to know why you can't reach Melton? When else your phone won't be allowed to work? Your family's phone won't be allowed to work. Kayla is talking to her friend Leah, and she says, "You won't believe what happened. I was at a health fair, and they had this little kid dressed up as a doctor. I mean, a really little kid. Stethoscope, all that stuff, white jacket. He stole a lady's purse. Right in front of everybody, he stole a lady's purse. He took off running. And you would think some of those adults there would be able to catch, a little kid like, no, they couldn't. He was just running with that purse. Funny as anything. Oh yeah, if you know Dignity Health, check and post in 5 with every employee, every executive they got. And yeah, it's reference to their commercial. Pathetic folks on hand to take terrorists. Solari Enterprises take terrorists playing stupid. They had the Muslim guy from down below. I couldn't understand what he was saying, but he was up on this floor threatening in some way. I could tell from the bearded facial expression. And now my nurse, I had a nice visit with the doctor she sent, but she is being unreasonable. I'm telling her I'm not going to answer the door after dark. Why are you sending a nurse in at night? I explained the situation to her. I don't think I was talking to her. I'm talking to those hijacking your call to me, 424-229-4140. Ask and answer Jesus' question about Barack Hussein Obama being that terrorist I saw in the window earlier today with the insulin poisoning and the decades of Mormons taking part in America's hijacked lifelines, and me telling you for the past 10 years, over 10 years, two checking posts on 5, 424-229-4140, make a video of your hijacked call to me. You don't know when else your phone won't be allowed to work. Those hijacking your calls to me with those 93, take 911 Flight 93 checks, they're worried enough about to alter phone records covered up. And yes, that's the reason for the insulin poisoning. I talked to a nice doctor today, and his assistant nurse, and right after he left, it's kind of a combination of the folks from the maintenance guy here and the one with the hatred noise from down below in a very threatening manner outside the window directly after they left. Yeah, I can't read lips with all that beard. When the Latter-day Sinners, LDS, Mormons, proud of that title, Latter-day Sinners, when they knock on your door, try to call me, John Milton Brady, and ask them, how do you reach this man by phone as part of religious censorship in America? When else will my family's lifeline not be allowed to work because of the very active part you have in America's hijacked lifelines? 424-229-4140. I've been asking for a 911 Flight 93 check of America's lifelines for a decade. I have yet to get one. Those hijacking your call to me right now are worried enough about it to alter phone records covered up, and the Mormons are a part of that. Yeah, the ones from Utah. 911 Flight 93, check and post in 5 when they come to your door. Ask them, why isn't my phone working? I swear, the devil hates that image. Not the third time. Propped up like that, it's been thrown. Remember to ask and answer Jesus' question. Is Barack Hussein Obama a terrorist? I've been asking for a 911 Flight 93 check for a decade, and I've yet to get one. 424-229-4140. Whatever boring thing you get when you don't get me, oh, that's a genetic wound. Whatever boring thing you get when you don't get me, it's not going to be boring if you need the firemen, the police, and the paramedics. And money in your pocket every day is your gate slot for, of course, the Lifeline's most important thing. Certified email 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, Apartment 409, John Milton Brady. No 936 in over a decade. Make a video of your call to me right now. Morons from the, it's a reference to turncoats of military streets. From next door. Practicing Chem Bio, so I got to close the door. You can't smell the Chem Bio? Well, that's we're the one and only. Tells you about your family's hijacked lifeline. 424-229-4140. Make a video. I've been asking for a 911 Flight 93 check for a decade. I have yet to get one. Make that video, post that video. Oh, I think I got to add one. Make that video, post that video. And you got the timestamp on your phone, you got the number dialed, you got Trump and Hussein's phone gate. Make that video, post that video.
It'll be just as newsworthy if you need the firemen, police, paramedics, and your phone's hijacked in that fashion.
Do before you go to a Dignity Health doctor, I'm assuming they're across the country, and before you come out here as a tourist to California. Yes, Martha Meads have prescribed me insulin. Tresiba insulin was built up. I think it was her little joke. She said it was slow acting. Built up all of this year until September, the past 3 weeks. This is October 8th. I've been tasting, I've been smelling insulin. And yes, before you send tourists, they left me to die in 2014 before I spent 70 plus days in a real hospital, the Good Samaritan, and then, yeah, they showed up with alcohol to take me to the incompetent doctors. Paperwork, those who are a part of the insulin poisoning, I'm still undergoing it. Been 3 weeks. I've been. The PCP, does that mean personal care physician? Prescribed that to me intentionally to cause distress. It took a while to build up. And this man right here, Rapedi like spaghetti, would not treat the poisoning. And it had an attitude the size of the Great Wall of China. Checking posting 5 with everyone at Glendale Memorial, every Dignity Health member. 424-229-4140. Ask him, why can't I reach John Milton Brady? When else will my family's lifeline not be allowed to work because of what you are actively taking part in, doing the opposite of your name and your profession? Get their reactions and post. I'm John Milton Brady, Stone Cold Milton, son of a carpenter Mary, graphic artist who designed this image that sums up what most of America feels about the Mormons, LDS, with their dangerous Muslim brothers. And I recently saw a commercial on TV about Trump with a man who's called the biggest renter in America. And that got me to thinking, because I'd like to know who's with Solari Enterprises more. Democrats or Republicans? I had to spend 3 long years in Hussein's Little Arabia because you couldn't reach me by phone, and better places to live couldn't reach me by phone. Part of religious censorship that placed a cowardly Hussein in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins. He has had that Saudi Arabian men running it, jetting off to Saudi Arabia just before they placed that cowardly Hussein. Remember, if you can't reach me by phone, that's a democracy hijack because you can't tell me who to vote for. See, some terrorists are backed by Dubai, Saudi Arabia, and they finance those terrorists who attack us from the outside with a whole lot of cowardly Husseins and attack us from the inside with a cowardly Hussein in our White House. And yeah, other terrorists backed by Dubai as well tampered with a handicapped man's wheelchair who hasn't gotten a 93 check in a decade, and this screw right here is loose. It was just fixed. It's up to you to get it broken and get me injured. It's the same kind of terrorism that provides insulin poisoning to me through doctors and Dignity Health not doing their job as a hospital. And LA Fire Department, unfortunately. Check and posted 5. Expose those terrorists. I'm Stone Cold Milton. My nickname, Stone Cold Milton. John Milton Brady is the full name. Son of a carpenter Mary. It's my parentage. Daddy carpenter. Worked on skyscrapers. Mom Mary Ann. I'm the son of a carpenter Mary. I get to make parables, and this is my September 2018 Trump and Hussein's phone gate. Imagery. I've been suffering from insulin poisoning. They had me doctors, I use that term loosely, the specific doctors of course, had me injecting myself with Tresiba, the pen, for the better part of this year, since January, February, and
I didn't feel anything any different injecting it. And I thought it was me says a little joke. She said it's slow-acting insulin. It means it hit me like a ton of bricks around the 20th of last month, September. And I used to design every day. I'm in constant pain, a lot worse than I was a month ago, and I was in constant pain before that. But this is not about, I think it has something to do with me asking for a 9/11 Flight 93 check for over a decade and not getting one. And yes, the LA Fire Department is included with their fives, and of course I include all firemen. Say, check your lifeline, your city's lifeline too. You can't reach me right now from the fire stations, police stations all across America, from the military bases across America. You have no idea when else that phone won't be allowed to work. Those in your cities and neighborhoods who will not be able to reach you or reach you in a timely fashion. Censorship isn't always about complete censorship. Like me asking for a 9/11 Flight 93 check with my videos and graphic art for a decade now, over a decade, not getting one. Pick up the phone, 424-229-4140, make a video of America's Hijacked Lifelines. It hurts to move my left arm right now, so you have to excuse me if I'm not keeping the camera as steady as I would like. Now, one 9/11 Flight 93 check, make the video. You got the timestamp on the phone, you got the number dialed. Those hijacking your calls to me for over a decade now are word enough about to alter phone records covered up. And yes, I've got my address, current address, been here a year and a half. 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, apartment 409, Los Angeles, California, 90065. John Melton Brady, that's the full name. Make that video, post that video, whatever you get when you don't get me. Tell everyone else to do the same. And this is about Jack handing out the numbers of California's politicians. I see a lot of political ads on TV. I watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune if I can while I'm eating. And I see a lot of those in between. I also check out NCIS and show or two here and there. But I see a lot of political ads, and Jack tells them, California's politics affect us all. Remember, we got attacked by those cowardly Husseins with 9/11. Then we got attacked from the inside with those politically correct Husseins, cowardly Husseins. And yeah, if you remember that Rich Romney guy, a Mormon, their character as of late has inspired that Mormons beware image you'll see in this slideshow. But they now have that you're impeached guy in, as Jack goes on to say, and these are the numbers of California's officials. If they don't know, with John Melton Brady asking for a 9/11 Flight 93 check for over a decade in their state, no certified mail, no non-certified mail, no FedEx, no UPS. If they don't know what 9/11 Flight 93 check is, if they don't know about John Melton Brady asking for over a decade not getting one, California's politicians, elected and appointed officials, firemen, policemen, mayors, governors, they don't know. They are either involved or incompetent, so you check them on that. Their politics affects us all. 424-229-4140. Make that video of America's Hijacked Lifelines and post it. And Jack hands out those numbers, maybe my big fives here, with you can find the Trump's phone gate hopefully at the end of the month or other months. And you can find these big fives at Christ Complex Links and vote-truth.blogspot.com. Christ Complex Links has that decade of videos and graphic art and all kinds of attention-getting videos. I can't be too mean or too off the wall because I haven't gotten one comment by phone or mail about a lot of that stuff. Make that video, post that video of whatever you get when you don't get me. Download these five. These are 4x6 photos. Everything that you're going to find for the most part, especially if it says graphic card closers. I like this new one with Dignity Health. You need to ask them what they know about 93 checks and me not getting one before you take your loved one or yourself to a Dignity Health doctor or hospital. The most deplorable, the most disgraceful example of either at best they're ignoring insulin poisoning for their Dr. Misa. At worst, they're an active part, and I think that's the case with America's Hijacked Lifelines, covering up the man who's been asking for a 93 check for a decade and has yet to get one. And yes, this is my Mormon image. So yeah, you also send your tourists out here to California. You need to know if LA's fire department, one of them has a flag up there somewhere, if you can see it. There are two flags. One goes to the nearest LA fire department that could not take me to the Good Samaritan, and took me to those folks who showed me 8 times better than morphine. And if you're giving somebody something 8 times better than morphine, you ought to give them some pain medicine when they're out there, or when you push them out of your emergency room, or you at least ought to do something about the pain at your hospital. But no, they chose to be parked and get that 5 that I designed for them. Remember, it has nothing to do with my opinion of Dignity Health. You have the timestamp on your phone, the number dialed, and you're getting their very specific opinion about that. And they're just on the other side of a highway that way. Dignity Health's Glendale Memorial. If they don't know what one is, they're obviously involved or incompetent, even in their medical profession. And they showed me they were both. During my trip, hopefully I'm getting, we'll be getting some better pain medicine from the doctor that came to see me at the Immaculate Apartment here, best place I've ever lived in. I will see how that goes, but yeah, this, I'm sure those who haven't called me at all, you should make a video. That's your lifeline. You don't know when this won't be allowed to work, but you just tell those Mormons, never mind the dogs, the owners are armed with phones, making videos of your crimes, your character as well across America. We don't like you casing our homes. While we're working, we don't like you preying on our elderly neighbors, and we sure don't like what they told me themselves. Those Muslim brothers of theirs that are frequent or very numerous on Utah's college campus because of shared values. Religious censorship being one. Try to call me, tell me what you believe. 424-229-4140. And make a video, whatever you get when you don't get me. Tell me what you believe, or ask what I mean by Jesus' Immaculate House. My real work other than graphic art. Tear down the Great Wall of Evil that has just me. That's my shadow. And my wheelchair shadow. I'm in the wheelchair. And LA and flowers and clouds. And my image, tear down that Great Wall of Evil so we can build Jesus' Immaculate House. Come see me. Put yourself right there. Put your shadow right there. And yes, this is a military pit bull project image. Pit bulls come from all races and places. Point out the Mormons of Utah taking an active part in your hijacked lifeline. 424-229-4140. And of course, California's politicians. And my arm's about to give out. So I'm going to close it hopefully before 10 minutes. California's elected officials, they don't know, elected or appointed, they don't know about me not getting a 9/11 Flight 93 check in a decade. They're involved or they're incompetent. Get that on video either way. Melton Brady, Melton, Stone Cold Melton, son of Carpenter Mary, Daddy Carpenter worked on skyscrapers, Mom Mary Ann. And your phone not working is a threat to national security as well as your family's security. 424-229-4140. I haven't had a 9/11 Flight 93 check in a decade of asking. Whatever boring thing you get when you don't get me, it's not going to be boring when you need the firemen, police, paramedics. You know, I looked on a Google map, and Homeland Security is down that way a little bit. Their office. When you can't reach me, you can't. You don't know when else your phone won't be allowed to work with that unnewsworthy censorship. I guarantee you it's going to be just as unnewsworthy if you need firemen, police, paramedics, and it's not allowed to work.
So if you were to see Muslim terrorists, like I see around here all the time, and you picked up your phone, that's where it's a threat to national security. Make a video of that hijack call right now. I see a plane with a banner. Check your family's lifeline, 424-229-4140. Make a video of whatever you get when you don't get me. I'm John Melton Brady. I've been asking for 93 checks for over a decade. I've yet to get one. Make that video of whatever you get when you don't get me. Those hijacking calls to me are word enough about to alter phone records to cover it up. Have video proof of Hussein and Trump's phone game. Make that video, post that video, come see me in person. Tell me what you think of our hijacked lifelines. Yeah, get a little justice for Mary's children in 9/11. We got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins from the outside, then we got attacked by that politically correct cowardly Hussein in our White House. Oh, print this out through Vote-Truth and Christ Complex links. Something to say to the Mormons when they knock on your door. You hear that siren check at posted 5? Oh, I may go famous. He's suffering like I'm suffering from insulin poisoning. Someone's going after his wheels, his screws on a repetitive basis. I blame myself. It's what because I've been asking for 93 checks for a decade. That you pick up your phone right now and seeing it works all the time. Because you can't reach me at 424-229-4140. You can bet it's gonna be just as newsworthy. If those cowardly Husseins attacked us from the outside, they attacked us from the inside, placing in our White House. If they look for my Saints imagery. Just finished it for this month. I haven't been able to do much other than that. It's going to be just as newsworthy because of the insulin poisoning. Check and post in 5. Come see me in person. Hear that siren? Check your family's lifeline. I'm John Melton Brady. I've been asking for 911.93 checks for a decade. Well, this is my Saints imagery I just designed today. Make that video whatever you get when you don't get me, because I've been asking you to check your lifeline. You can't reach me. You have no idea when else your phone won't be allowed to work. Been asking for a decade. I have yet to get one. Make that video, post that video, whatever you get when you don't get me. Not going to be boring. You're going to get phone ring, error message, busy signal, more than likely. Not going to be boring when you need the firemen to place paramedics. So make that video right now of whatever you get when you don't get me. Those hijacking your calls to me are word enough about to alter phone records covered up. Document that.
When they knock on your door, when they're praying on your neighbor,
Hear a siren?
you're a senior citizen,
Hear a helicopter?
or you're working hard. How do you know if they're on a mission from the devil?
9/11, Flight 93, check and post in 5. Trying to call me, John Melton Brady. You want to know why America's lifelines are not being allowed to work and what the Mormons specifically, what their part is in that. 424-229-4140. Make that video, post that video of whatever you get when you don't get me. Those hijacking your calls to me are word enough about to alter phone records to cover it up. But you got video proof. You got the timestamp on your phone, you got the number dialed. Make that video, post that video. 424-229-4140. Every time you see a Mormon fraudulent faith missionary, get some justice for Mary's children in 9/11. You'll find the dangerous Muslim streets in bed with the Mormons, running wild, crazy as anything lately. You should see the desperation. What I see 24/7. The man who has been asking you to check your phones for over a decade now without getting one 9/11 Flight 93 check. Make that video, post that video, and oh yeah, you can find this at vote-truth.blogspot.com. Look under the oh, you hear that jet in the air, or see it, do that 9/11 Flight 93 check as well. 424-229-4140. Make that video, America's Hijack Lifelines. You got the timestamp on your phone, you got the number dialed. And yeah, those hijacking your calls to me are word enough about to alter phone records covered up. Make that video, post that video, come see me in person.
See a vapor trail? Be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, the side of children and truth. Make that video of America's Hijacked Lifelines. I'm John Milton Brady. I've been asking for a 93 check. That's you calling me and knowing your phone works all the time without political and religious business censorship stopping it. I haven't gotten one 93 check in a decade of asking. Find these files at vote-truth.blogspot.com, and you should be able to find the Mormons Beware 4x6 photos like these. Are my stuff out like you print out your family's photos. That's 4x6 prints, and give them out to your family. Tell them, make that video America's Hijacked Lifelines, those hijacking your calls to MELTON. A word enough about to alter phone records covered up. Get that on video. See a vapor trail? A check and post in 5.
424-229-4140. Be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, the side of children and truth. I'm John Milton Brady. I've been asking for a 911 Flight 93 check for over a decade. I've yet to get one. No certified mail, no non-certified mail. Those hijacking your calls to me are word enough about it to alter phone records to cover it up. Make that video of your hijacked lifeline, and yes, before you go to Dignity Health, ignored my insulin poisoning. As part of me asking for a decade and not getting one, before you come out here to California as a tourist, ask LA Fire Department paramedics, what's your part in that? What do you know about John Milton Brady not getting a 93 check in a decade?
See a vapor trail in the sunset? Or maybe a few of them. Be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, the side of children and truth. Make a video of your hijack call to me, Melton, John Milton Brady. Not one 911 Flight 93 check in over a decade of asking. Make that video whatever you get when you don't get me. Yeah, be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, the side of children and truth. Whatever boring thing you get, phone ringing, error message, busy signal, it's not going to be boring if you or your family needs a fireman, police, paramedics, and you're getting that. And it's money out of your pocket too, Gates livelihood and all that, but those hijacking your calls to me are word enough about to alter phone records covered up. You have video proof of Hussein and Trump's phone gate. Vapor trail. 911 Flight 93 check in, post in 5. Make a video of America's Hijacked Lifelines. Be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, the side of children and truth. I've been asking for a 911 Flight 93 check for a decade. That's you trying to call me. And making sure your phone works all the time. Whatever boring thing you get, phone ringing, error message, busy signal, it's not going to be boring. If you need the firemen, police, paramedics, and it's money out of your pocket, your Gates livelihood, of course, but you want your lifeline to work. And yes, it doesn't work because of religious censorship. Political censorship is going to be just as newsworthy as me asking for a decade and not getting one 93 check. See a vapor trail? Be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, the side of children and truth. 424-229-4140. Make that video whatever you get when you don't get me. Simplify, aim high, fly far win. This we will defend America. And those hijacking your calls to me for over a decade. I'm John Milton Brady, 4260 Drug Code 1, Department 409, Los Angeles, California, 90065. 424-229-4140. Those hijacking your calls to me for over a decade are word enough about to alter phone records to cover it up. Get that on video. Whoever's in the room there with you, make a video of their phone being hijacked and you try to call me. Post. Turn around, let them make the video. Your child's life, your life, not working. Not winners that won't be allowed to work. But you can bet it's going to be just as newsworthy as me asking for 10 years and not getting it.
The noise from the African Muslim Mormon apartment down below has been turned up from just a few minutes ago because I am preparing to upload those big files to Flickr. And just got turned down up a little bit right there.
Checking Posting 5 with what's a part of his harassment techniques, LA firefighter paramedics, and Dignity Health at Glendale Memorial. Checking Posting 5, you can't reach me, you need to ask them what's their part, and me not getting an IV check in a decade.